Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Rosewater. And in the last episode, guys, on the trail to El Presidio, we ran into a traveling acting troupe that needed our help to be an audience for their preview performance. And the performance, they really tried, to say the least. But they definitely need some help, and we are going to assist them to try and find some way to improve the performance, because otherwise they'll probably disband and no one knows what they're going to do afterwards. So, looks like we're going to be working on this dragon head. Let's go ahead and head out of here and continue looking around the camp. I think we just go this way. Yep. We've been able to find quite a few things, as well as some, I think, clues to puzzles that are to come. Oh. Hey, Danny boy.
Hey, Danny.
Yes, Harley.
You fellas talking about anything interesting?
Dwayne's showing me his stunt swordplay. He's supposed to battle the dragon at the end of the play. I've tried giving him a few pointers, but it's not going so great.
Yeah, is he actually supposed to be hitting the dummy?
What did you think of the show?
Well, I'll put it this way. If one of Jake's shows went that way, I'd be looking for another job.
Talk to you later, Danny.
See you.
Just can't deal with the cringe, huh?
Suppose being an actor requires a certain attention to one's physique. That thing's been through the ringer a few times.
Mm-hmm. Now this is the quiet, talented
Hey there.
one.
Oh, hello.
What are you doing with that sword?
Practicing for the show. I didn't get to do my big fight scene with the dragon.
That sword seems to be giving you some trouble.
Yeah, I'm having a tough time getting the hang of it. The balance on this thing is terrible, and I'm always afraid of breaking it. I never liked working with prop weapons. But as long as we're doing medieval romances, I guess I'm stuck with this sword.
How? Oh, do we give the gloves to him?
How do you feel about boxing?
I'd be happier doing any kind of unarmed fighting style, really. But how am I supposed to box a dragon?
Carefully.
With style and panache, that's how. It's all about confidence. And I have a feeling you'd look much more confident without that sword.
You don't think the audience would be confused?
It's your job to make them believe it. They just want a good show.
I don't know. We've never done a boxing scene. I don't really know a lot about the form.
I used to do some boxing back in the day. Could show you some moves if you like.
Heck, sure, why not? Now, this whole sword thing clearly isn't working for me. But I'd rather not do it bare knuckle. Not really into the whole suffering for my art thing.
Right. I'll see what I can come up with.
Yeah, we'll definitely be able to help you out there.
How did you end up on board with this crew?
Oh, I met Miss Hatomi and Mr. Ellis back east when they passed through my town in Appalachia. Snuck out of the house to see the show. I went backstage after to ask if I could audition to join. Miss Hatomi said no. So, after they packed up for the night, I stowed away in the wagon. Rode halfway to La Roche before they found me. That was when my real audition happened. Mr. Ellis spoke up for me. He said, "Now, Katie, my dear, you would be a bloody fool to leave the lad behind after a performance like that."
What were you doing before joining this troupe?
Working on my parents' farm. It was a rough life. Wasn't much to my liking. No glamour, no surprise, no fun, no opportunity to meet anyone interesting. And my father was very strict. All he wanted was for me to marry our neighbor's daughter so I would inherit his land and grow our family's holdings. Eventually, I realized I would die if I stayed any longer. My soul would die anyway, so I left.
How did you know you wanted to act?
I always liked listening to other people, hearing how they talked. Used to practice in front of a mirror and try to imitate them. Sometimes I'd dress up to get the look just right. Ma didn't like that much.
I'm glad that he's not confrontational. He's quiet, but he's just very nice and very introspective.
What do you think of your fellow troupe members?
Some days I hate them. Most days I love them. And any day, I would die for them. We're a strange little family, you know? Mr. Ellis and Miss Hatomi are a squabbling ma and pa. Dear boy, you must make more time for yourself. There are too few hours in the day as it is. Oh, leave the boy alone, Quentin. He can decide how to spend his time. And Miss Davies is our busybody aunt. Are you comfortable? Have you got everything you need? Is that costume too itchy?
So that would make Martina like your sister?
No, not quite.
Ah.
Are you sweet on Martina?
With all due respect, that's none of your concern, ma'am.
And that would be yes.
Say, you're good at imitating other people.
Oh, thanks. It's always been kind of a specialty of mine. Used to get me in a lot of trouble back home, so I only do it for laughs nowadays.
We're just unlocking everyone's hidden potential.
I've heard a rumor that Miss Hatomi might be keeping some extra funds. Know anything about that?
Oh, sure, I've heard that rumor too, but I don't much believe it. Miss Hatomi takes good care of us. She'd never cheat us out of our earnings.
Thanks. You can get back to your training.
Thanks, ma'am.
But I don't think you're going to be needing that sword.
I found some boxing gloves in Miss Hatomi's trunk, if you want to practice sparring.
Oh, sure. That'd be great.
Danny, how'd you like to help out?
Sure.
We're going to punch you in the face, Danny.
First, your stance is all wrong. Stagger your feet, 1 foot in front, weight evenly balanced, knees slightly bent. Good. Now, show me what you can do. Not bad. Not bad. Try not to let your elbow flare out, Dwayne. Protect the ribs. I think you boys are getting the hang of it.
Stellar.
Keep at it. Doing great.
Okay.
No mistaking who this wagon belongs to.
Quentin Ellis, who was like the professional of the troupe.
Ah, one of your companions has decided to join us.
This is Harley Legere. She used to be a performer of sorts herself, you know.
You don't say. What sort?
I was a fighter. Not sure that really counts.
My dear, if an audience paid money to come see you, that counts as performing in my book. I'm Quentin Ellis, by the by. Delighted to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
Oh, and there's the Othello poster. I got my pen right here. What do we got?
Quentin Ellis is Othello, premiering October 7th.
Okay.
Hey, Jake.
Yeah, Harley?
You seem quite at home among these performers.
Sure. These are my kind of people. Old Quentin and I have been trading tales about life in showbiz. You ought to stick around and have a listen. You might learn something.
How did you find the show?
Well, there's definitely room for improvement.
I'll just be on my way.
I like that Jake's not like raking them on the coals or anything. He's like, you can do better.
Mr. Ellis seems rather versatile. Lots of notes and sketches of different costumes and disguises. That is quite a lot of makeup. Could I have a moment, Mr. Ellis?
Of course, my dear.
Just how long have you been a part of this troupe?
Why, since before its inception. That is to say, Kate and I have known each other since well before this incarnation of the troupe was formed. We met in Paris, you see, back in 27.
What did you do before joining the troupe?
I was classically trained at the York Theatrical Academy. I performed all over England before decamping for the continent. When I met Katie, I was touring Europe playing before the crowned heads. Why, my performance as Othello received a standing ovation from Archduke Hubert of Austria.
What drew you to the stage?
Ah, the eternal question. What drew you to the ring?
Money. Found out my tolerance for pain was higher than my tolerance for hunger.
I see, an empty belly is a demanding muse indeed. For me, it was love of the art. I was born with it.
Molded by it.
Paris, you say? What was that like?
Ah, those were the days, wild and carefree. We found welcome from a public receptive to our more experimental forays. Nothing like the audiences you find here, mind. Dusty farmers and unlettered cowpokes, the lot of them.
I'd like to know about the others in your troupe.
Fishing for nasty gossip, are we?
Always.
Unless you have a couple of glasses and a bottle or two of very good liquor stashed somewhere about your person, you won't be getting any of that from me. Truly, they are good people, and I cherish every one of them. We rely on one another. Granted, we have our occasional quarrels, but what family doesn't? It's true that none of them have my training and decades of stage experience, so naturally they look to me for guidance and mentorship.
Miss Hatomi said something about you being unhappy with your character.
Oh, don't get me started. The evil wizard is a stock villain, paper thin, a cipher. All I do is tromp on stage and glower at the audience. He wants to rule the kingdom and kidnaps the princess, all right, but why? What motivates him to do it? Drama comes from a rich depth of character. Complexity, not caricature. I need something I can work with, something to sink my teeth into.
Are you familiar with the tale of Bowser Koopa?
Is it true you used to have a magic act?
Why, yes, it is. Funny, I'd almost forgotten. Katie and I briefly tried our hand at stage magic. She was quite adept at sleight of hand, but in the end, it wasn't our true métier. Too much meticulous planning and bulky, specialized equipment. No room for spontaneity and delight. No emotional connection. No, it wasn't for us. Now Katie uses the old magic trunk to store costumes.
Yeah, but I'm still very curious how to get in there. Maybe we need to go talk to Kate again.
What if Jake and I came up with a better history for your character?
Do you think you could?
Sure. Harley's got the gift of writing, and I've been known to spin a yarn or two.
Very well. I must admit I'm curious to see what you come up with. Why does the wizard want to rule the kingdom?
Oh, wow. Okay. He wants to save it.
He has humble origins, but always felt he was meant for greater things.
Yeah, it's been his ambition since childhood, but he's never been given a fair shake.
Ah, yes. Destiny, ambition, greed. Classic stuff. All right, but why does he kidnap the princess?
Maybe we need to make him a complicated, like, not just a sneering villain, but is actually getting somewhat Braid-like here.
He's actually keeping her safe from the dragon.
Unexpected. I like it. And how does the dragon fit into all this?
The dragon is really the wizard's mother transformed? Man.
The wizard wants to tame the dragon and harness its power to serve the kingdom.
Ah, I see. So truly he's just misunderstood. It's all a bit conventional, isn't it? Just the usual tropes. Where's the depth? Perhaps you should give it a bit more thought.
Interesting. You know, I'm wondering, I think I know what this is. I think I know what we need to do. Now let's go to the pressing matter.
I heard a rumor that Miss Hatomi might be misappropriating the troops' funds.
Poppycock, pure hearsay.
And heresy.
Faye put that poison in your mind. I have known Katie longer than anyone. She is many things, but never a thief.
Appreciate the chat.
The pleasure was all mine, dear.
So let's go talk to Kate real quick. See if we can figure out what to do there.
Miss Hatomi?
Yes?
Oh. Okay, never mind.
So long.
Take care.
Phil?
Harley?
Had any ideas to make the show better?
Yes, I believe so. This dragon head is amusing, but with some pyrotechnics, it could really impress a crowd.
You want to make it breathe fire?
Ah, indeed. Far more effective, wouldn't you agree?
Definitely. But how do you intend to pull it off?
I can rig it up quite easily, but I need a fuel source. If you can find me some high-proof alcohol, we should be set.
Oh, Faye's not gonna like that.
All right. See you later.
Okay.
I bet Jake wishes his show's back.
Well, let's head in here now.
What a mess. Most of these seem to be... Othello, Carondelet, Dissembling, Delphi. Wonder what that means.
We'll take a look at these buttons.
A brass button. Mr. Ellis said this was Miss Hatomi's old magic trunk. Maybe these buttons aren't just for decoration.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, well, I've got the... Let's see, June... Othello was October the 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Charon was June, because there's not 10, I guess it's just going to be the days and not the months. The Dismember show was on the 1st, and Delph was on the 6th.
Hot damn!
How about that?
Quite a bit of cash in here. So Miss Hatomi is skimming off the profits? Perhaps that book might shed some light on things. Seems to be some kind of diary or ledger.
A ledger for Leger.
I'd better take a look at this. Huh. It seems Miss Hatomi's keeping the extra money to invest in the show. She calls it a rainy day fund, and she has a separate space for emergency salary reserve. So Mrs. Davies was wrong. I ought to show her this. Maybe it'll calm her down.
Okay, that's good. She seemed too kind and like too willing to help out to be doing that. Let's give the good news. Maybe we'll get the alcohol as a payment.
Huh.
And select. Here you go.
I found this ledger in Miss Hatomi's trunk, along with some cash.
So I was right. This is exactly the proof I was looking for.
It's not quite what you think. Look at the entries.
Rainy Day Fund. Emergency Salary Reserve. Why, she isn't keeping this for herself.
She's setting it aside to help you all.
Oh dear, how embarrassing. What a fool I've been.
We all make mistakes. So now that you know your position is safe, will you get on stage and perform?
Yes, of course. Thank you for clearing up this misunderstanding. I really do appreciate it.
Actor being dramatic. Who would have thought?
I don't think she'll be needing this anymore.
Right as a knife goes into our hand.
Nothing to say, really.
Well, let's head this to our resident pyromancer.
Bottle of highly potent medicinal brandy.
Can't even take a snort.
Here, how about this for some fuel?
Yes, this will work. Excuse me, I must go backstage and set up the prop.
Please do not set the stage on fire. Okay, so let's head back here. We've pretty much helped out everyone except for Quentin here. And I think it'll have to do with the paper. This paper, specifically. Wizard. Lamplight. Oh, look at it. Protection, taming, salvation. It was 3 questions. Protection, taming, salvation. That's why they were in caps.
Could I have a moment, Mr. Ellis?
Of course, my dear.
Let's take another shot at coming up with a story for your wizard.
All right, let's hear it. Why does the wizard want to rule the kingdom?
Okay.
He doesn't want to rule. He wants to save the king.
Yeah,
Oh, all right.
Protection, taming.
He's actually keeping her safe from the dragon.
And how does...
Wait, it's tame. I thought we did all this, though. Oh, I think I messed up. Whoops.
Yes, yes. Oh, this is a much more interesting and complex figure.
Oh.
The wizard is human, like any of us. He has his own needs and desires. He is conflicted. He strives to do the right thing, however that appears to him. He is the protagonist of his own story.
Best villains are.
This I can work with. Thank you.
Think nothing of it.
I could've
appreciate the chat.
The pleasure was all mine, dear.
I could have sworn I chose the exact same things, though. Oh well, I'll take it. Any port in a storm. Once again. Well, I think that is everyone taken care of.
Not terrible as far as props go, but it could use some extra oomph.
That oomph is incoming.
Miss Hatomi?
Yes?
What's wrong with Martina?
What's the problem with Martina?
Weren't you listening? She doesn't so much say her lines as chew on them and cough them out. She's a sweet girl, and her physical performance is outstanding.
Like we already did this. So we need to get that taken care of first, don't we?
So long.
Take care.
But we did talk to her already.
Miss Holder?
Yeah?
There we go.
Say, I've just had a crazy idea. Rather than speaking your lines, why not sing them?
Sing them? That is an interesting thought, but would it not be strange?
Strange? Haven't you ever heard of opera?
But if only I am singing and no one else?
It's a little unorthodox, sure, but isn't that what art is all about? Being expressive, doing the unexpected. I think it will really bring some emotion to the role. It'll be like your character is too pure to just say words. The feeling is so strong she has to sing them.
Yeah, I think I see what you're saying. Very well. I will try this next time.
Goodbye, Miss Holder.
Lovely to be speaking with you.
Okay, that is everyone's problems dealt with. Let's see if we're clear.
Miss Hatomi?
Yes?
Just had to do things and speak to people in a very particular manner.
I think you can try a second rehearsal now.
Really? You sure?
Positive. Let's get this show going.
Fingers crossed.
Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a beautiful and charming princess.
How I love my land. The people are kind, the water fresh, and the day sunny and bright.
The princess was loved and admired by everyone in the land, except one. An evil wizard coveted the kingdom and kidnapped the princess, intending to marry her and gain the throne.
Hark! You may think me evil, but wait until you discover my true intentions.
To ensure she could not escape, he summoned a terrifying dragon to guard her.
Jazz hands. Woo! Legit shriek. I'm glad Quentin's hat didn't catch on fire.
However, all was not lost. For a young hero rose to the challenge.
I shall battle the dragon and save the princess. That is, if my dear mother lets me.
My dearest boy, proud as I am of your bravery, I worry so for your safety.
Fear not, mother, for I shall return victorious from battle.
Onward!
And so the brave lad rode to the castle and confronted the mighty dragon.
In a battle of Marquis of Queensberry rules.
Foul beast! Your end is nigh!
Hadouken!
With the dragon defeated, our brave hero rescued the princess and vanquished the wizard.
Curses! My plans have been foiled.
Oh, my brave son has returned.
Ah, your highness, I am smitten by your beauty. Will you marry me?
Yes, yes, gladly will I marry you.
And they lived happily ever after.
You know, I'm okay with it.
Well, at least we made it through to the end that time. Your fixes made a big difference. It's given me a lot to consider. Quentin has offered to do some rewrites. I'm sure he'll get us in good shape by next week.
Glad to be of service.
I'm curious to know how it all turns out.
Fully helped Miss
Send me a
Hatomi's
note
troop.
at the Rosewater post after you premiere.
Gladly.
We should be on our way. Miss Johnson has surely awoken from her nap by now.
True enough. Break a leg next week, Miss Hatomi.
Thank you. Safe travels.
So I guess we had an option of leaving some of them as is.
We did what we could for Miss Hatomi and her folk. In the end, they formed a strange kind of family, and they seemed determined to keep on going.
Sound familiar?
We've kept on going too.
Indeed.
Oppressive, arid heat is beginning to give way to fresh breezes and forested slopes as we leave the desert scrub behind and cross into the mountains. Onward and upward.
We're in the Rockies. Oh, okay. Go talk to Lola again.
Hey, Miss Johnson?
What is it?
You missed quite a performance from that theater troupe.
I was never much for watching shows. Give me a good book and a crackling fire any day.
I'll let you get back to driving.
Good.
Still, that's not too bad. Not too shabby. Now, about our resident actor.
Hey, Jake?
Yeah, Harley?
In your professional opinion, do you think Miss Hatomi's show has what it takes to succeed?
Oh, sure. We really dazzled it up for him. If it ain't a hit, I'll eat my hat.
How about another story?
Sure. Here's one about the time I lassoed a rabid coyote. And that's how I ended up with this scar.
No, it cannot be.
Hmm? Okay.
What's going on?
Not sure, but we're slowing down. Must be something important if he convinced Miss Johnson to stop. I'll go have a look.
Phil seemed concerned.
Care to explain what's going on?
I know these people. They're from Jicotea.
All the way out here?
Yes. I thought they might head for the border, as I did. I am relieved to see they made it.
General Márquez, ¿qué haces aquí?
Antonio, it is good to see you are well.
I would not say I am well, General.
This is my companion, Harley Leger.
Has the General recruited you to his cause then?
Not really, no. But you said you're not well? May I ask why?
That is considerate of you. It is good knowing that someone cares about our fate. General?
What are you talking about, Antonio?
You came to our village with your talk of revolution and freedom. You are very persuasive, General. Your words moved people and put many innocent lives in harm's way. No sooner had you arrived than the army came to rain fire upon us. Surely you knew what would happen.
I expected some response, of course. But who could anticipate that those Spanish dogs would behave like such inhuman monsters? But I also believed that the people would resist. And resist they did.
You gave us no choice. We were forced to defend ourselves. But you never allowed us to decide if we wanted to join your fight.
I did not consider.
It is only by God's grace that some of us managed to escape. Jicotea, our home, is gone. Those who survived made our way here to this strange country.
Where is Lieutenant Morales? I ordered him to lead a civilian evacuation as escort. Did he not conduct you to safety?
Yes, he did. But I do not think it would be a good idea for you to see him. In fact, it would be best if you just go now. We do not need any more of your revolution here, General.
Okay, that's,
These people clearly need help. Maybe we can do something for them?
Like what?
Let's poke around. Something might come to us.
Yeah, I don't think Phil was expecting this at all. But we will see what happens, guys, in the next episode. Hope y'all have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. I will see you next time. Later days, everyone.